Alright boys, we are back and it's time to continue our GM mode commentary with our second team, the Washington Capitals. We started it up in the last video, going over the team, going up and down the roster, figuring out what we should go for, how we should approach this team. And I was reading a lot of your comments and a lot of you guys were agreeing with me. We need to get that first line forward to play alongside of Ovechkin and Backstrom for the next 6 years, alright? Because we know Backstrom and Ovechkin are staying for right now anyways. Alright, so we need to get somebody who can last that long. So the age needs to be around the same as Ovechkin, you know, between 28 and 23 basically. And then we need to get a second line winger just to complement some goal scoring because we don't have depth goal scoring. We need two really good lines that can get us some goals. Our defense will help out with some goals. And again, hopefully we can be a run and gun offense because you guys were saying that we should go into the season with these two goalies, give them the chance because then by years 2 and 3, we're going to have two really good goalies. And I kind of agree with that, all right? But I still want to be a playoff team, so I'm not going to accept a losing season. So we really need to make sure that we get a good player here, all right? Now, a lot of you guys were also saying that Backstrom's face-off rating is actually pretty good. It's 75 overall, which is actually pretty good for this game. I'll keep that in mind, all right? I'll keep that in mind. Still, I would like a first-line center with a face-off rating with 80 or better. But I'll keep that in mind. If another winger comes along that would help out just on the right side with Backstrom and Ovechkin, then maybe I'll just go for that, and then Backstrom can be our first-line center. It's not bad. 75 is not bad, all right? So, how are we going to do this? I saw a lot of your comments for different players. You know, I've seen a lot of the Boston Bruin players, like Krejci, Bergeron, Sagan came up, Tavares came up, obviously Stamkos, Crosby, Malkin came up. We're not going to get anyone like that. But a lot of those players, Kessler was another one. Ken Kessler was actually a pretty good one. He's the same age as Ovechkin, and he's got that perfect first-line center face-offs. He's a good passer as well. All right, so we got a lot of different players that we can go through here. Now, what I want to do is, how do I do it again? Hang on. Yeah, it's edit trade block right here. What I want. All right, so I'm going to clear all these. All right, I'm going to clear all this. That's all my surplus. I'm going to clear all this. Yeah. We'll fix this all up right now, all right? So, what do we want? This is what we want. We want a forward between the age of 23 and, well, Backstrom is like 23, 24, right? How old is, we'll go 22. We'll go 22. And the maximum age, I'd say the max age, since Ovechkin is 27, we want to get a good 6 years out of him, right? So we need a guy who's no older than 28, because 6 years on that takes him to 34, which is still young enough, but I'm not going over 28, all right? I'm not going to get veterans just yet. We'll do that when we know we can win the cup. You get one more veteran just to boost your team. We need players that are going to be a part of our franchise, not just additions for this year. Kind of like how Duncan Keith was in Calgary. All right, we don't want a player like that. We want a franchise-type player. Not a franchise-type player, but a player that we can use in our franchise. All right, potential range doesn't really matter. I'll put 4 stars just to be sure. Potential accuracy, it doesn't need to matter. It can be medium. Salary's not going to matter. Contract years, it doesn't matter to me. Nope. All right. This stuff doesn't matter. What I want to look for is where is it? Offensive awareness. All right. Passing. Hang on. Whoa. I guess, yeah, okay, hang on. Minimum rating for this. I can't go backwards. Give me a break. All right. Offensive awareness. The minimum rating for offensive awareness I want to search for right now is 90. All right. I know that's pretty steep, but I just want to see who's available first of all. Passing. Whoa. Passing. There you go. Same thing. 90 and 99. I want somebody who can really complement Alexander Ovechkin. That's what we're building the team around, all right? Offensive awareness, passing, and, and face-offs. All right? There you go. We'll jack this up. Because Backstrom's face-off rating was 75, I just want someone who's 80 or better, all right? We won't jack it up to 90, because then you're only going to see, like, one player, all right? So we got forward, any role, doesn't matter. I've left everything pretty bare. The only things I'm worried about are offensive awareness, passing, and face-offs, all right? So let's see who comes up here. Apply. How do I search? Search lists. There you go. All right, let's see who the who's available in the league. Okay, so yeah, it's a very small list right now. It's Jonathan Toews and Ryan Getzlaf. All right, so fair enough. I did ask for a lot right there. I think it's the face-off rating that really hurts it. All right, so what I'll do is let me try to edit this again because again, boys, remember it's going to be a while before we start a simulation. I'm taking my time here, all right, because this is a big decision. I'm going to lower the face-off rating down to 75. Let's see if that makes a difference. Because if I don't find anyone who's better than that, then maybe Backstrom is the right center we should just use. Because if yeah, I mean, Stamkos is up there. His face-off rating is 75. Jonathan Toews face-off. I love Toews and Ryan Getzlaf's face-off rating. All right, but I guess you're not going to find another player with really good passing. I mean, I could go for Jonathan Toews and Ryan Getzlaf, but no, thank you. Because I mean, Toews, he's got I think what 3 years left at $6 million. All right, that's a lot, and I know for a fact after those 3 years he's going to want like $9 or $10 million. And Ryan Getzlaf, he's only got 1 year left on his deal. He's only making 5.3 right now, but I expect that to jump to like 7 or 8. So. These guys, they really don't work out. They really don't work out. Like, they're great, but they're too good. All right, they're just way too good. Now, if I raise the age just a little bit, let's see if this makes a difference at all. Let's see, because we really do have a, yeah, see, if you raise the age a little bit, it goes up a lot more. We're going for like a stud. That's the problem. We're going for like a first-line stud of the NHL. Stamkos, Toews, Zetterberg might not be a bad guy to go after, but look at his trade value. It's way too high. All right, I'm looking for somebody whose trade value is kind of like Joe Thornton's, Brad Richards, Jason Spezza's, all right? How good was Jason Spezza's face-off? Yeah, see, Spezza's face-off was 80, so that's why I liked him as the first-line center back in Calgary. Brad Richards... face-offs is only 75. Joe Thornton, 85. I love that, but Big Joe does not fit on our team. 33 overall. 33 years of age. It just doesn't fit in. Datsuk would be great to put alongside of Alexander Ovechkin, but he's 34 years old. You're only getting a few years out of him. All right, so, and actually Mike Ribeiro's up there. Wow. Yeah, Mike Ribeiro's up there. All right, so we can keep looking here. Don't worry. We can lower some things. So, you know what? I think you guys are right about Backstrom. I think he can get away with taking the face-offs because, I mean, I could find another first-line guy who's got really good face-offs, but then he doesn't have the offensive awareness and passing, which we need for Alexander Ovechkin, all right? So we'll take face-offs out of the equation, all right? What else should we have in there? If we have offensive awareness, what else should I put in there? Just, how about defensive awareness or poise? So you know what? I won't do anything. No, I won't do anything in here. I'll just go to NA. All right, 90-90, and I'm going to lower the age once again down to 28 again, all right? So let's see this again. So now we're looking for wingers as well. I think you're right. Backstrom should be able to hold down the center by himself pretty well, all right? So, yeah, so when you're asking for a guy with that high passing, you're really asking for one of the better players in the NHL. So, it's going to be tough to get one of these guys, right? Their trade value is way too high. We'd have to give up a lot. And we don't have many prospects in the system anyway. So, you're talking about players right now that we have. And I'm not really willing to do that. So, what we have to do now is just lower the offensive awareness and passing rating just a tad, all right? And open it up a little bit more because, what? No search results. How does that happen? Forward, 28, offensive awareness. How does that? Oh, that's why. My bad. I put the minimum passing rating down to 36. All right. Jack this back up to 99. All right. Very good. There you go. All right. Let's see who comes up now. All right. All right, so here we go. We got a lot of different players we can go after now. So putting the passing and offensive awareness to 90, and that was really going after some of the best players. But now we dropped it down to 88. So all of these players in here have a passing rating and an offensive awareness of 88 or better. All right, but we're not just looking at centers now. We're looking at wingers. All right. Now, if I'm looking at trade values, too high, 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 too high. Patrick Kane, you're starting to come down a little bit. Kopitar, Ben, all right. Now, here's where it gets good. Eriksson and down, all right. Now, Loui Eriksson, wow, and Alexander Semin. I could go after Semin again, get him back here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, he would be perfect for our team. That second line winger, right? But we're not going to go back and get Alexander Semin. Loui Eriksson, though. Hang on. Let's see Loui Eriksson. 27 years of age, so he fits in perfectly. His passing is 88. His puck control is 88. Basically, that whole puck skills category is 88. Offensive awareness is 88. Poise is only 80, but that's okay. That's pretty good. His discipline is 90, so he's not going to be taking penalties. He's got a decent shot. Where is he weak? He's weak in body checking, and he's actually pretty good defensively as well. You know, Loui Eriksson might be a really good player to go after. He's listed as a first-line center. And his trade value, I mean, that's what I really like about it. It's his trade value. All right, he's 27 years old. He's got 4 years left at 4.25, so that's worth it, especially if we're playing him on the first line. All right, I actually really like that. I really like Loui Eriksson. All right, not necessarily for the first line, but even for that second line. His trade value is so low, so, I mean, why not go after him, all right? You know what? That's what we're going to do right now. Let's try to go after Loui Eriksson. Would you like to commit? Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's go after Loui Eriksson, all right, because I don't want to make another trade. This guy is very valuable. I'll just show you again just so you guys are, if you're wondering, all right? 4.5-star player. He's not getting any better. He's hit his cap, but he's only 27 years of age, so he's always going to be hovering around this overall. And his puck skills, shooting, and offensive awareness is already up there, so I really don't see that going down in the next 3 years at all. So, you know, if best case scenario, we put Loui Eriksson on the second line, but I think he could play alongside of Alexander Ovechkin if we had to, all right? So they don't want to give him up. He's not a green name, so we're going to have to find out what they want and give it back to them pretty much. All right, so they want a goalie. I could give up our goalie here, Grubauer. Let's see this guy. He's only 3-star. Yeah, I'm going to give up this guy for sure because I know I'm not using him. What did I say in the last video? He was a career backup, basically. So we'll put him in there, all right? I'll work out the rosters afterwards. Orlov, we want to hold on to. Wilson. No, this was our 4-star. No, we want to hold on to Wilson, all right? Let me just go by defenseman first. Schultz, Hammerlick, Hillen. This Jack Hillen guy, we could get rid of this guy, right? Depth defenseman, 2-way. 3-star. Yeah, we can get rid of Jack Hillen. All right, yeah, because we have Roman Hammerlick and what's his name? I mean, Hillen could be a playoff guy for us, though, defenseman-wise. Yeah, hang on. I'll just hold on to him for a second. Mitchell, Jay Beagle. Let's see how good Jay Beagle is. 71 overall. Yeah, we can trade away Jay Beagle. All right. He's not on our team, and because if we fill up the top 2 lines anyways, this guy's not going to find a place on our bottom 6, basically, so might as well. What about this Mitchell guy? Let's see how good he is. Only 3-star again. Grinder, though. No, I can give up this Garrett Mitchell guy. He's not going to be a part of our team. All right. Garrett Mitchell. All right, so he's getting some good value right there. We just got to even it out now, all right? So let's see. All skaters. Let's get your worst players that you want to give away. Brad Lukowicz. There you go. And we'll take this guy, Garbut. Why won't they accept that? Let me just... Oh, are they under the salary cap? Let me just try to make this go through. Washington would have too few... Oh, I need to get a goalie. That's why. Yeah, my bad. Goalies. Where are they? Goalies. There we go. Let's get their worst goalie. Andrew Raycroft. Oh, no, he's coming back. All right, we'll get Andrew Raycroft in there. So, we got Loui Eriksson, Brad Lukowicz, and Andrew Raycroft, all right, for Grubauer, Beagle, and Mitchell. 3 guys that we're not going to use on our team, all right? Loui Eriksson's trade value is very low, so that's what I'm going after. Will it go through? No, okay. I question whether you've even looked at our trade block surplus. Dallas is totally unwilling to give up what you've asked us for, unless you really make it worth our while. I don't think you have. You are quite far off based in value. Really? All right. So they need a little bit more in this. That's fine. I can give up some more rookies. That's fine. I'll just give up these guys with decent trade value that I know I'm not going to use. I could give up Brower and Ward right now. No, I'll hold on to those guys. Stevenson. Let's see. How was this guy? My 3.5-star? Yeah, I'll hold on to that guy. He's 3.5-star. Don't want to give up that guy. I can find other players. Chimera, no. Centers. Perot, Ribeiro, Hamill. All right, here we go. Gustafsson and Strogren. Let's see these 2 guys. Let's see. 3 stars for this Strogren guy. Let's see this. Who is he? 2-way forward. He's only 64 overall, so he wouldn't even be a good playoff guy for us. Yeah, we can give up this guy as well. All right. A lot of these guys we know we're not going to use. All right, so might as well just give him up. He's got pretty good trade value. I'd say, if we get one more player who's got good trade, or not very good trade value, we should be able to get this back. Ray Whitney. No, we don't want Ray Whitney. I just want to get their worst player. All right, let's get this Garbett guy back. All right, so there's no trade value in these 3 players. It's just Loui Eriksson, but these 4 players all have, they have some trade value. So this should go through now. The way I'm looking at it, this should go through. Will it? Yes, it did. All right, we believe this transaction will contribute to the success here in Dallas, so we are accepting your trade offer. Very freaking nice, boys. Loui Eriksson, welcome to the team. Roster moves. So let's take a look at this now. Your NHL team. Oh, I'm over. Hang on. Garbett, you go down. Lukowicz, you go down. Joey Crab, you go down. Perot, you go down. All right, that's it. So let's do best lines now, and it looks like the first line can be Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Eriksson, and now we have Ribeiro, and we're still missing that blank, all right? And then we can fill up our bottom 6. So I think Loui Eriksson was a very good addition to our team, all right? Helps out offense, and we can put him on the second line if we have to, if we want to go out and get that better first line player, all right? So boys, you know what? I'll wrap this up right now, and I'll get 2 GMO commentaries out today. All right, I'll do another blockbuster. I'll try to do another blockbuster trade because it took 16 minutes to get Loui Eriksson done. I don't want to get this wrapped up. All right, so 2 GMO commentaries coming out today. Loui Eriksson done in number 1. Who's gonna come out in number 2? You guys will just have to wait and see. All right, boys. So I'll see you in the next video.